Let's get straight to the uncomfortable truth. Men everywhere are quietly slipping into patterns that shrink their potential, sabotage their confidence, and drain their charisma. These patterns are stealthy, often disguised as normal behavior, but they can quietly transform a high-potential man into a low-value shadow of himself. If you recognize these 7 signs, consider this your wake-up call, a masterclass in reclaiming your self-worth and evolving into your most compelling, empowered self. Sign 1. Chronic victimhood, the blame game spiral. Imagine life as a giant chessboard. Every day you make moves, some strategic, some impulsive, some just plain unlucky. Now, picture a player who blames the board, the pieces, the lighting, and even the air conditioning every time he loses a pawn. That's the low-value man's mindset. The world is always at fault, never him. Victimhood is seductive. It lets you off the hook, hands you a ready-made excuse for every failure, and paints you as a tragic hero. But here's the harsh reality. Chronic victimhood is a surefire way to repel opportunities, respect, and genuine relationships. It's like wearing a badge that reads, "I refuse to grow." The fix: radical responsibility. Start by catching yourself in the act. When you hear the words, "It's not my fault," pause. Ask yourself, what could I have done differently? This isn't about self-blame. It's about reclaiming your power. Every setback is a feedback loop. The sooner you own your part, the faster you pivot from being life's punching bag to its chess master. Sign 2. Approval addiction, the people-pleasing trap. Ever found yourself nodding along in a meeting, agreeing with ideas you secretly think are as useful as a chocolate teapot? Or maybe you've rearranged your entire weekend to accommodate someone else's last-minute plans just to avoid disappointing them. If your self-worth hinges on external validation, you're caught in the people-pleasing trap, and it's a fast track to low-value status. Approval addiction is exhausting. It's like running a never-ending marathon where the finish line keeps moving. You morph into a chameleon, blending in with every crowd, sacrificing your voice, your needs, and eventually your identity. The high-value alternative? Fierce authenticity. It's about expressing your opinions, even if they ruffle feathers. It's about setting boundaries and sticking to them. Try this. Next time you're tempted to say yes just to be liked, pause and ask, is this true to who I am? You'll be surprised at how empowering and attractive a well-placed no can be. Sign 3. The stagnant stagnator. Growth on pause. Growth isn't just for kids and houseplants. If you've stopped learning, evolving, or challenging yourself, you're stagnating. Low-value men drift through life like a leaf caught in a lazy river, never steering toward new skills, deeper knowledge, or greater purpose. The symptoms? Your daily routine is a carbon copy of yesterday. The last book you read had dinosaurs on the cover. Your hobbies involve more thumb scrolling than actual doing. You're stuck in a time loop of mediocrity. But here's the secret. Growth is the ultimate value multiplier. High-value men are in a constant state of reinvention, always seeking new challenges, experiences, and knowledge. Start small. Read 1 chapter of a book, sign up for a class, master a new skill. Growth is cumulative. Each step forward, no matter how small, compounds into massive transformation over time. Sign 4. The excuse factory. Master of deflection. Excuses are the currency of the low-value man. Missed deadlines. The team didn't communicate. Failed relationships. She was too demanding. Poor health. No time to exercise. If you catch yourself with a ready-made excuse for every shortcoming, you're not fooling anyone, least of all yourself. Excuses are comfortable. but they're also a dead end. They rob you of agency, trap you in mediocrity, and signal to the world that you'd rather escape accountability than improve. The high-value antidote is brutal honesty, with yourself and with others. Next time you fall short, own it completely. Replace "I couldn't" with "I didn't prioritize it." Replace "it's not my fault" with "here's what I'll do differently next time." Accountability is magnetic. It signals strength, maturity, and the willingness to grow. It transforms failures into stepping stones and setbacks into comebacks. Sign 5. The negativity super spreader. Doom and gloom, 24/7. If pessimism is your default setting, you're radiating low-value energy. Low-value men are experts at spotting the flaw in every plan, the risk in every opportunity, and the problem in every solution. Their conversations are a highlight reel of complaints, criticisms, and catastrophes. Negativity is a social repellent. It drains energy, kills momentum, and turns potential allies into distant acquaintances. High-value men, on the other hand, are solution-oriented. They acknowledge challenges but focus on possibilities. They're the reason a room feels lighter when they walk in, not heavier. The fix? Reframe your internal dialogue. When you catch yourself spiraling into negativity, challenge your thoughts. Ask, "What's one thing I can be grateful for in this situation?" Or, "Where's the opportunity here?" Optimism isn't about ignoring problems. It's about refusing to let them define you. Become the guy who finds the silver lining, even when the clouds are thick. Sign 6. Chronic comfort chasing. The instant gratification trap. Modern life is engineered for comfort. Food delivered to your door, entertainment streamed to your couch, validation available with a swipe. But when you prioritize short-term pleasure over long-term fulfillment, you're trading your potential for convenience. Low-value men are comfort chasers. They avoid discomfort, resist challenge, and procrastinate on anything that requires effort or discipline. Their motto: "Why do today what you can put off until tomorrow?" But here's the catch. Comfort is addictive, and over time it erodes drive, ambition, and self-worth. The high-value solution? Delayed gratification. Set goals that require effort, persistence, and patience. Embrace the grind. Whether it's fitness, career, or personal growth, the rewards are exponentially greater when you choose discipline over distraction. Remember, nobody remembers the guy who always took the easy road. Sign 7. The lone wolf syndrome. Isolation over connection. There's a myth that real men go it alone. No help, no support, no vulnerability. In reality, isolation is a silent killer of self-worth and potential. Low-value men withdraw, avoid deep connections, and keep their struggles locked away. The result? A life of loneliness, missed opportunities, and emotional stagnation. High-value men understand the power of connection. They build strong networks, seek mentorship, and aren't afraid to ask for help or offer support. They know that iron sharpens iron, and that true strength is forged in community. If you catch yourself withdrawing, challenge the urge. Reach out to friends, join new groups, invest in relationships. Vulnerability isn't weakness, it's a superpower. It builds trust, deepens bonds, and unlocks growth you can't achieve alone. The path to high value. Action steps for transformation. Recognizing these signs is just the beginning. The leap from low value to high value is paved with intentional action, relentless self-awareness, and a willingness to course correct. Here's how to start your transformation. 1. Audit your inner circle. Surround yourself with people who challenge, inspire, and support you. Distance yourself from chronic complainers and enablers. 2. Set micro goals. Break big ambitions into daily, achievable steps. Celebrate progress, no matter how small. 3. Develop a growth mindset. Treat failures as feedback, not final verdicts. Seek out learning in every experience. 4. Practice assertiveness. Communicate your needs, opinions, and boundaries with clarity and confidence. 5. Prioritize well-being. Invest in your physical, mental, and emotional health. A strong foundation supports every other area of growth. 6. Embrace feedback. Seek constructive criticism and use it as fuel for improvement, not as a source of insecurity. 7. Give generously. Offer your time, knowledge, and support without expecting anything in return. High-value men lift others as they climb. The power of self-reflection. Transformation begins with honest self-reflection. Take time each week to review your actions, mindset, and progress. Ask yourself, where am I playing small? What excuses am I making? Where am I seeking approval instead of authenticity? Each honest answer is a stepping stone toward your highest self. The ripple effect. Here's the hidden power of becoming a high-value man. It doesn't just elevate your own life. It ripples outward, impacting your relationships, your work, and your community. High-value men inspire, lead, and uplift. They set new standards in every room they enter. Every moment you choose growth over comfort, accountability over excuses, optimism over negativity, and connection over isolation. You're not just changing your own story, you're rewriting the rules for everyone around you. Unleash your potential. The world is full of average. Ordinary is overcrowded, but high value, that's rare, and that's magnetic. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Every time you recognize and correct a low-value habit, you level up. You become the man others admire, respect, and remember. So keep watching, because the journey from low value to high value isn't a single leap. It's a series of choices made every day, in every moment. The next insight might be the one that changes everything.